all about how you become winners in the world of sales. And why do you need to be winners in the world of sales? Because here's the interesting thing. We go to college, we go to school, we learn to be accountants, we learn to be HR people, we learn all kinds of degrees. But the one fundamental that we need is to be able to sell. Because if you're not selling your product, if you're not selling your service, you don't have a business. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you understand. Excellent. Okay, there's going to be a bit of that this evening. So, you've got to sell or you ain't there. It's that simple. Okay? So, we'll come across an awful lot of stuff in sales that is little more than old wives' tales. There's no formal education for it. There's no real training for it. So I've come here this evening to start spreading some ideas to make us look differently at what we're doing. Does that make sense? Yeah. Do we want to know?
Yeah.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, excellent. So we're going to move on to winners. Now, is it fair to say that if we want to win, go from losers to winners, we have to take a moment and look at where we are? Yeah? Anybody here play golf? Yeah? You go for a golf lesson, what happens? The first thing they do is they look at the swing that you now have before they know where to start, yeah? So, let's look at where we are. It has never been easier to get your word out, to spread your message because of the internet. You can get it out there to millions of people very easily, very quickly. But what's the issue with that? If it's easy for you, who else is it easy for? Everyone else. And what I see all the time is people are just blending in. They're making less effort on the message they put out. Oh, it's easy. Just send it out to millions of people. Someone will buy it. So we're disappearing into the ether. Who remembers when the internet started? The Americans used to call it the information superhighway. And this is what's happening. Imagine, we can see there that LA-style highway full of vehicles. Who can tell me what the vehicle right there is? No one. Because it's not standing out, it's just disappearing. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you about a thing that I call the great escape, which is how do we jump out of the internet? How do we grab people's attention? Because one of the problems we have is we are not used to being different. We don't think that way. But yet, the one thing I can guarantee that every one of you have in common is that you're different. Not one, not two of you are the same. But we don't think that way in our subconscious. Has anybody in the room got any teenagers? Yeah? If you ask your teenagers what's the worst thing about going to school, what will they tell you? Wearing the uniform. That's what mine always give out about. Uniform, I hate the uniform. So the weekend comes and you let them go out by themselves and dress themselves, and you see them down the park, 10 of them, all wearing the same black North Face jackets, all wearing the same skinny jeans with the ripped knees, all wearing the same Nike runners. We subconsciously blend in. So what we need to do is we need to think about how can we stand out. Are you with me?